Don't be distracted. Be intentional with your time.
Everybody eats. Everybody eats.
I ain't eating.
You ain't eating? What you mean you ain't eating? You ain't making this paper, man? Everybody eat.
I gotta eat, man.
You are listening to the Everybody Eats podcast. Now for your host, Mr. AJ Simmons.
Thank y'all for waking up with me this morning. This is AJ Simmons on the Everybody Eats podcast. I appreciate y'all being here, and I want to tell you this. Don't be distracted. Don't let these things distract you. You have to be intentional with your time, especially if you're going to be an entrepreneur and if you want to be a successful entrepreneur. Because there are things out here. I mean, there's so many different forms of entertainment, so many forms of distractions, so many things that are around that can pull your energy away from things where it needs to be directed to. And so what you have to do is be intentional about taking control of your time and your life. You know what I mean? Take control of your mind to ensure that you don't let these things overpower you and what you're focused on. I mean, they got 200 and something channels on the TV. You know what I mean? That you could choose from. Not to mention the radio, not to mention all of the political and social events that happen nonstop. All of it. It's so many different things that they try to pull your energy away. Even your friends. Your friends might not be on the things that you want, so they gonna try to distract you too. They gonna tell you, oh, let's go to the club. No, you don't need, let's do this. Let's go over here. You know what I mean? They gonna tell you, oh, why you don't want to go out today, or why you don't want to, you know what I mean? Whatever it is that they want you to do that ain't got nothing to do with what you trying to do. You know what I mean? Like, focus. I get it so far as to, I even have to schedule in when to eat. I have to schedule in when to take a shower, when to brush my teeth. You know, I have to put all of that in my schedule because I have to be that intentional with my time, because I understand that at any given moment I could be distracted, especially with this phone right near me at all times. I turned off all of my notifications on my phone, except for my Facebook one. And the only reason I'm mad I couldn't do that is because I had the mastermind group. So, but what I did do is I went into the app settings and I made sure that they only notify me of the notifications that I want them to notify. You know what I mean? So it's group notifications only now. Unfortunately, I'm in multiple groups, but that's the only way to keep it going for my mastermind group. So, but you have to be intentional with your time. Don't check your email all day. As 4-hour work week taught us, you can schedule certain times in your calendar to check your email. Don't let it just keep going off and distract you. You know what I mean? Especially with social media, man. You got to control what you see on social media. And social media could be a trap because they show you what they think that you will be interested in based off what you've already seen. So it's a double-edged sword. So like on one end, that's good because if you've only been watching motivational stuff, they'll continue to show you motivational stuff. So that's good. But at the same time, if you've only been watching BS in the past and now you're trying to change, they're going to keep showing you that BS, trying to pull you back into what you were accustomed to. So it's a double-edged sword, and you got to be conscious enough to be able to redirect your attention and put it towards things that you want it to be towards and not what they want you to be directed to. You know what I mean? Because it could create a small mind if you only see what you've been accustomed to seeing. You'll think that that's the way the world actually is just because that's what you've always been seeing. You know what I mean? And they designed those softwares to do that. And the same thing goes like for anything. Like, I'm going to tell y'all now, I keep telling y'all this. You can't keep up with Power. You can't keep up with Scandal. You can't keep up with a lot of these shows, you know, because you just won't have the time to. Now, maybe you set some time out in your schedule that on Sundays, I got my show recorded. I'm going to go back and I'm going to catch up between the hours of, you know what I mean, 12 o'clock noon and 4 o'clock p.m. Now, that's my chill day, you know, or whatever it is. But as long as you're intentional about it, that's all that matters. But if you think that you're going to be on every current event the same time everybody else is on it and still be super successful with your entrepreneurship journey, then I don't know what to tell you. There has to be a sacrifice somewhere, whether it's sacrificing your time or sacrificing your money or whatever it is, but it's going to have to be a sacrifice somewhere. That's just the way it works. You know what I mean? It's just, you come from nothing. You know, especially if you come from nothing, you don't have any rich uncles, you weren't born into a pot of money. You know what I mean? So what do you think you're going to get your investment from? Where do you think you're going to, like, most of us don't have the money from the beginning to do exactly what it is that we want to do. So therefore, we have to sacrifice the time. That you got to give up one or the other. And if you got to sacrifice the time, then guess what got to go? A lot of these forms of entertainment that we love so much. And so what you got to do is learn how to say no to those forms of entertainment. You know what I mean? And the way I program myself to get over it is you say, you know what, I'm not addicted to this stuff. I don't need this stuff. You know what I mean? So if I'm powerful enough and strong enough to say that and actually believe it, then that means I have to practice it. You know what I mean? You got to be very intentional with your time and direct your time to what you want it to do. Okay? So if you know that you got to do the books for your business, then you got to be intentional about blocking that time in your schedule to do it and then actually do it. It's easy to get up here and say, oh, I'm a boss. You know what I mean? And try to sound like the rappers do. But there's another thing to go out there and actually be a boss. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, most bosses will tell you it's not fun being a boss. I can tell you now, I don't really enjoy being a boss, but I enjoy my freedom, and that's why I continue to be the boss. You know what I mean? I don't think payroll is fun anymore. I used to think it was fun because it was the idea of doing it and saying I have employees and signing the checks. But honestly now, it's just kind of like another thing to do. You know what I mean? But either way, it beats having to answer to somebody else and hope that they clear my check for me. You know what I mean? So if you really want that freedom, if you really want to build that successful business and that system that can operate with or without you, then you really got to lock in and focus, okay? It's either you're going to treat your business like a side hustle, and then you can still have your little freedom and stuff because it's just a side hustle, or you're going to really lock down and build that business, then you're going to have to give some of this stuff up. It's simple as that. You know what I mean? Every time some new current event come up, you can't jump into it. Even if you are activist, even if you want to be an activist for a minute, let me speak on that too, because I used to try to be an activist and be current at every single event and every protest and every whatever it was, you know what I mean, and build my business. And I realized too is often my mind can't take all of that at once. And really, when it comes down to it, if you're building a business, then you probably are already doing something about the issue that you have a problem with by building that business and providing jobs to people who need them. You know what I mean? Or by building your wealth, so that way later on, when you do have the power and the influence because you have the money to go with it, then you can make a bigger change than what you can make when you don't have a lot. And not saying that you can't make a change at all when you don't have the power, but you can make is a better chance that you can make a change with the money and the power, okay? So don't get distracted. A lot of times you don't have to respond to every single thing. You're already doing something about it. Just stay locked in on your business, okay? Locked in on your dreams and keep growing and keep building, okay? Because a lot of these things are put here to distract you anyway. You got to be careful about what you give your attention to and what you don't give your attention to, okay? So lock in, focus, and be intentional about your schedule. I don't care if you got to write down like I do, hour by hour, you know what I mean, minute by minute if you got to, but write down and be intentional and follow that to-do list every single day. Don't let these people take you off your grind. Don't let them distract you. Don't let them take you off your focus. Surround yourself by people who are going to help you stay focused. So I advise you to join the mastermind group, the Everybody Eats mastermind group, with me and all the other entrepreneurs who have already joined. We almost up to 50 members now, y'all. So we've been growing non-stop. Everybody pushes each other. We post our goals on there. We check our goals weekly. You know what I mean? And I'm non-stop. It's just non-stop information. Now it's more than just me posting non-stop information. And I'm talking about we posting stuff that practical stuff that you can actually get and put in your business and apply it now. All right. So make sure y'all join us in that. And thank you to everybody who's watching me who's not subscribed, but please do subscribe. And if you are subscribed, I appreciate y'all riding with me and following my journey as I try to climb my way up this ladder, y'all. Thank you. I will talk to y'all tomorrow.